Welcome back to Thionite Plays Xenoblade Chronicles 3. On the last episode, we successfully completed Alexandria's Ascension quest, as well as helped sort out an assault on Colony Lambda. And as we are currently here in Colony Lambda, I figure now is a wonderful time to hopefully work with Izzard. And I do say hopefully, not because I have any doubt that we can do stuff with Izzard, because that question mark right on that hill says otherwise. But this gossip says a lot. The commander's been away from the colony a lot more, hasn't he? Accompanying Tyong and whatnot. Oh, it's no biggie. We got a super solid system in place for cases exactly like that. That is correct. Izzard has been with us quite a lot, and him being away from the colony is no small thing. But we want to do, hopefully, Izzard's Ascension quest. I'm not completely sure if the question mark is the Ascension quest, but I heavily believe it is. And if it is, I'm going to shut up and let the audio and the lovely conversation play out. Hopefully that's the case. Izzard, please take it away if indeed it is your Ascension quest.
Looking at Colony Lambda now, wouldn't you agree that it's recovered some of its spirit?
Definitely. The atmosphere feels different to how things were, even a little while ago.
Perhaps the change isn't a vast one, but something is indeed different. If we hadn't met you, perhaps this change wouldn't have taken place. We'd have retreated into our shells.
All we did was give things a little push. I'm sure you'd have managed this by yourself, is it?
You're most kind. Either way, that doesn't change the heap of problems I'm facing. They need fixing, but I can only manage a few at a time.
It's not good if you push yourself too hard, Commander. Getting some rest is important too.
Rest? Not sure how I'd go about getting some rest. The way things are here, I always end up busy, almost without intending to.
I suppose as long as you're at your home colony, things just turn out that way, huh?
And you know, we ain't exactly experts in the art of taking a load off.
That reminds me.
Do you have an idea, Tyon?
Well, this could turn out to be nothing, but earlier I heard a Nopon merchant talking about something called a natural spa.
A spa?
Supposedly it's in a remote place, not easily reachable by people.
What's remoteness got to do with getting poor Izzard here to relax?
The Nopon also said it contained lots of nutrients, stimulated metabolism, promoted blood circulation.
So you're saying if we get our hands on this spa, then even Izzard could get some rest? He'll be able to recover, basically?
Like I said before, the information is questionable. It's only something I heard in passing.
Tyon.
Commander, I'm sorry, I know it's hardly a credible source.
I think I like the sound of this.
Huh?
Now, I say we go out and we find this spa thing.
I'm not really one to talk, but I didn't think you'd be so into this.
Well, I have a passing interest in things of that ilk. But, I don't want to keep you from your journey.
Nah, don't you worry about that. More importantly, how do we go about finding this thing?
Why don't we ask somebody in the city?
Right, better than just us racking our brains about it.
My thanks, all of you.
Just leave it to us, Commander. We'll give this our undivided attention.
Undivided he requests, and undivided he shall receive. Effervescent heart. We will absolutely do this thing for you, Izzard. We will find you this spa. Post haste to the city! Ah, the wonderful city. Now that we are here, we can talk to Timna. Have we spoken to Timna before? Are you the author of the book? I don't remember. My brain is like Swiss cheese, filled with marbles. You've stuck the marbles into the Swiss cheese. That's a terrible analogy. Timna, I apologize for my airheadedness. I'd like to ask you something. Oh, dear. Yes? Do you know something called a natural spa? Never thought I'd hear anyone ask about those ever again. Oh, do you know something then? Why, yes, of course. People used to talk about spas until the Armors came home. It's a place where you could heal your wounds, warm your spirit, and strengthen bonds with your fellow man. Whoa, they did all that? All that and more, my dear child. Although, unfortunately, I can't say I've ever been to one, you see. In fact, they all say that they've dried up decades ago. Don't they exist anymore? Well, they're not something you'd find just anywhere, and not many here in the city even know about them at all. But there's someone who might, though, right? If it's not everyone, there has to be at least someone. There is. I think if there's anyone who can tell you, it would be him. He's called... Give me a minute. Oh, names. Oh, it's been so long since I've even thought about this topic. It's been, decades since the last time. Natural spas. What's his name? Oh, we're counting on you, love. If we don't find it, Izzard's here gonna shrivel and die from stress. Oh, come now. It's not really that severe. Well, it's the man people call the Trivia King. He's got to know what you need. Brilliant. Thank you. Natural spas. 1 out of 3.
Somewhere fairly out of the way.
At least people have heard of this natural spa phenomenon.
It is a good thing that they've at least heard of it, because if we had no leads whatsoever, we would be SOL. Let's try... We're probably going to have to try the doctor. I feel like Hollis, being as old as he is, will be quite knowledgeable. And if there are if spas are good for the curing of natural maladies, then a doctor would be a good place to inquire about. It sounds like it's a very natural, curative, restorative. Could we have a moment of your time, good sir? What's wrong? There's an emergency. Oh, we want something called a natural spa. We were hoping you might know where we could get one. So you want a spa, do you? Do you know something? Oh, sorry. It's just I hadn't heard anyone talk about one in a good long while. Well, that's a quaint pastime, and make no mistake. But you know, a spa isn't something you can just have. It's a pastime? You mean like a hobby? Long ago, people used to go to great lengths looking for natural spas. Soldiers tired from war would heal their wounds with their help, then come out ready to fight again. I guess you'd say a spa is something you immerse in. It warms your core, and soon enough you're all better. Well, so the records say at the very least. The more we hear about this, the stranger it sounds. You soak your body, and it heals. Right, though I'm sorry to say over however many decades they've all but disappeared. Well, they can disappear. Yep, you can go looking for one, but I wouldn't hold out too much hope if I were you. This has been a great help, thank you kindly. Well, anything I can do to help serve the youth. Or Ouroboros at the very least. The youth kind of comes and goes.
Discovering the unknown serves as a good motivator.
Comes and goes in terms of their ability to accept advice from us old-timers. Not the fact that, the young folk, they, live and die while we stay here. That's not what I meant. Land, you cut me off at an awkward time. Don't cut off your elders. Show respect. Leanne, I'll talk to you really quick. Because you're here. The relics that you brought to me were deeply fascinating. Oh, you're the one who wrote the book. I think the Founder's Tale series will be able to continue a little longer now. I hope you, to whom I owe so much, will do me the honor of reading it when it's available. As long as I get a signed first edition copy, I will gladly do this thing for you. Boomer! Of course Boomer would be the one who would give us ancient knowledge from decades past. Excuse me, sir, I'd like to ask you a question. What's that? We're looking for something called a natural spa. Natural spa, Never seen such a bounties of nature with my own eyes, I'm sorry to say. Bounties of nature? What, don't you know even that? Oh, I guess you younglings only know what you know. But if you ask around among folks my age, you should find someone who can tell you all about them. In fact, someone I knew once used to go searching for spas, but they're in elusive spots, never to be found. Spots like? Well, you'd hear about them being in a forest, or under a cliff, or deep in some cave, but no one could ever find them. Well, I see. Hang on, maybe that old man's been to one. Nah, maybe he's dead. Don't see him around these days, might be dead. Alright then, thanks. Sorry to bother you. Sorry I couldn't be of more help. No, you've helped a lot. Let's go. It sounds like we need to track down this so-called Trivia King.
The more I hear about these natural spas, the more curious I become.
The more curious we all become. I'm very curious myself. I wonder, can we discuss things in Michiba Canteen?
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
We can. Oh, that's convenient. I have planned this out. Natural spas, Hero
Where
Izzard.
should I start?
So, what do we know about natural spas? To summarize, hardly much of anything, if I'm being honest, except the fact that they can heal and restore you. We didn't get the most concrete info, huh? No one's ever even been to one. Well, look at this Plorcod. Poor Claude. Uni, your mannerisms, I apologize for butchering them. Izzard's so haggard, I think we're gonna lose him. Just how do I look to you, Uni? One thing's for sure, we're not gonna find one with what we've got so far. We've no clue where one could actually be. Like, in a forest? Under a cliff? We've literally passed by, like, at least 18 different forests and, like, a bajillion different cliffs. If we haven't found one by now, it's probably nowhere we've been, at the very least. We need to go to someplace new. Yeah, realistically, we can't just blindly search everywhere. We would have found one by now if that was the case. But it does sound kind of cool, though, right? Just soaking your body and somehow healing? Yeah, but soaking in what? It sounds like a lot like a bath. It can't just be a bath, right? From the way they talked, I thought the same, but I've never been in a bath that healed my wounds. Well, maybe it's a question of using the right soap? Uni, that's absurd. Although, what if it isn't? What if we're just drastically underestimating the value of soap? We need to experiment. Uni, what soap do you use? Sir, it's all about the soap. We need to experiment. Can we use some of the colony's resources in soap experimentation? It's imperative that we do this. I really hate to think that we've wasted your time with this, but I genuinely feel like if we just go down the soap route, we might be able to come up with some results. Well, I'm grateful for your concern, Tyon, but honestly, I've been enjoying myself, soap or not. We might not find anything, after all our searching, but there's just something in all this talk. Soap not included. Just hearing that, it gave my heart a much-needed jolt, though that might not be the best way to put it. Well, no, I think you have it the right of it, Tyon. Izzard. Different. You from the same colony, sometimes you dress similar, I get confused. Izzard's taller. Well, yeah, I'd be lying if I said I didn't care what happens. Let's keep searching for a little bit longer. Maybe we can try and track down this Trivia King person. Let's go ask that bloke that people said would know about this whole spa business. Like I said, the Trivia King. What, the Trivia King guy? For the 5th time, yes, the Trivia King. Or the supposedly dead guy. Oh, right, Boomer said, oh, the dead guy, but the other one mentioned the trivia guy. The report of his death could still turn out to be greatly exaggerated. We don't know whether the Trivia King and this dead or not guy are the same person, but it is worth finding out. Well, I know I've said it before, but I've certainly saddled you with a tough task. That is what we do, Izzard. That is what we do. After all of the help you have bestowed upon us with your time and talents, we are more than willing and inclined to help you find this natural spa. Oh, enough of that. We're giving your spirits a lift and all that. Once we find this natural spa, we'll chuck you right in it. Haha, then you'd better really find it. Oh, we absolutely will. Izzard, you cannot stop us. Once we set our mind to something, we will find all knowledge. Where are we going? Monica, do you know where it is? Is he on the roof? Does he hang out on the roof? Oh, he hangs out in an obscure location. Oh, do I have to go? Oh, he's on the rafters. He's on the rafters. I have to go climb up the ladder. All right, it's just climb up this ladder, climb up another ladder, go on the rafters over there, and then jump down over there. Let me do this super quick, because this will take 30 seconds, but I can cut that down in the YouTube video to 1 second. I probably cut that down to less than a second. I jumped off from the rafters, and that's why I'm hurt. Kotan, are you the one known as the Trivia King?
Excuse me, kind sir.
What? What? A bunch of hoodlums trying to gang up on an old man, eh?
No, sir. We are searching for a natural spa.
What did you say?
We're searching...
If it's spas you're asking about, I'm who you need to be talking to.
We are talking to you, mate.
Well then. So you're the kids going around making noise about spas. You think talking to me is the way to get at all my secrets? You might be whippersnappers,
but I can respect that kind of grit.
You think he actually knows anything?
I'm wondering.
We heard that there was someone who knew much about spars, but that he had passed away.
What did that old codger tell you? I ain't dying anytime soon.
Mind telling us about the spars then?
When I was young, I used to go around them all, and a lot. There were about 4 of them. The one I liked the most was the Nordal Natural Spa. At the time, my back was killing me, but one dip, and it was healed. Amazing! The odd thing was, it was just a foot bath. I dipped my feet in, and it healed my back. What genius came up with that, eh? I only ever found 4 natural spas, but I also heard rumors of another secret one. I bet it'd do marvels for one's back.
Mate, we didn't come here to chat about your flipping back.
Hey,
We want to know where we can find a spa. If there's 4 of them, then you can...
no, they're long gone.
What?
Gone? You say?
Thanks to kids like you with your wars and whatever, they've been blown up, filled in.
Huh?
Natural spas need water that gushes out of the ground. No gush, no spring. You might find something if you start digging, though.
Dig. That's your advice.
Though in times like these, start digging holes and people will think you're crazy.
Well, you certainly turned out to be a font of knowledge. I don't regret this at all.
Don't take it to heart, Tyon. We tried our best. We'll just have to accept the result. We may not have found a natural spa, but the time we spent was still worthwhile.
I suppose, Commander.
You suppose nothing. You should let someone finish when they're talking. There is still the secret spa that I couldn't find. Or, to be more precise, there might be...
What? Really?
I heard this when I was still young, so it might not be too credible. But the rumor goes that there was one in the Brasser geothermal belt. But I couldn't make it. The place was crawling with monsters, inside and out.
So there is hope after all.
Long time ago, lots of people took refuge there. But not one of them came back. That's how dangerous the place is. So, the spa might be there. It might not. That's why I couldn't recommend the place to you.
There we go then. Hey, is it?
Indeed. It might be there, it might not. The more uncertain it sounds, the more it gets me excited.
Weirdo. What if it turns out to be a massive waste of time?
I never thought I'd get so excited at searching for something unknown.
Soak yourself in the spa the way you're getting now, and you're liable to broil yourself to death.
I'll take care. Thank you kindly.
Oops, nearly forgot to tell you. How to properly use the spa. Pin your ears back and listen.
Good to add more names.
The font of all knowledge, the king of all trivia. Kotan, you have been an invaluable resource. Where is the geothermal belt? It's in Cadencia. Where specifically in Cadencia? Because I have no memory of this place. I need the map. I'm the map, I need the map, and I need to show it for everyone. Where is this? I believe it's it's down here. So we're probably going to go... Yeah, we're probably going to go to Vinisog Holm Camp. Pronunciations, it escapes me. It has always escaped me and it always will continue to escape me. And we're just going to go down south here. This is, I believe, a dangerous area, but we'll talk more about that once we get over there. Yep, here we are. This is the place. It is very colorful over here. Vinisog Holm is that clump of rock right over there, so it's a very short thing. The Searing Strand, a new location for us. Oh, if the steam rising from that cliffside is any indication, I do believe that's our goal. Oh, right, yes, I remember this.
Quite a point of interest from the look of things.
Yeah, the water is green.
No problem now.
Oh, right, we don't even need... Oh, this is lovely. This is lovely. Yes, if you do not have Sagiri in the party at this point in your adventure, which may be possible, considering, you know, you can really do Izzard's quest quite early on, but this is a location that is normally quite toxic. All of this green water slash liquid, it's quite poisonous. So if you do not have Sagiri, you definitely want to make full use of these giant lily pad mushroom coral type outcroppings, because that will allow you to regain your health. So you definitely want, if you don't have Sagiri's toxic environment protection, definitely take advantage of those. But if you do have Sagiri like me, if you're a bit proactive in your companion heroing gathering adventures, you can just walk right over here. There are a few other different paths to explore, but I believe they're just chests. I believe it's just a little bit of loot. I'll probably pick those up between episodes if I'm around and I think of it, but right now I will definitely pick up this ether. So let's go into the cave and explore. This is, I believe... Right, okay, I remember this from the first playthrough as well, because I spent a lot of time here.
There's an unusual smell coming from over on the right.
And when in doubt, we'll always follow our nose, so we are definitely going to go into the right. We are absolutely going to stay away from the left path, because there are level 95 enemies. Very difficult and tough to do.
Don't you think there's something off about this place?
Our Ouroboros powers. They're being suppressed.
That is also another feature. This is very much an endgame area. This is... We will definitely be coming back here. This is not an area that we're prepared to deal with right now, but in the future, we absolutely will. This, I have a lot to say, or well, not a lot to say, but there are important things to note about this area, specifically in the endgame, as I've mentioned, but we're nowhere near that at the moment, so we're just going to put that in the back burner. Just remember that that high-level enemy, well, not high-level enemy, but that particular location exists. That high-level area, I should say, to be more accurate. That's definitely... Yeah, definitely keep that in the back of your mind. It'll be important for later. It's an important tool that will help us later. But for right now, we're just going to ignore all of these antols and chests and just get up to the top. I do believe this is a rather short area. I think there's just a bunch of antols that spring down from the ceiling. Yeah, just a bunch of antols. You can genuinely just run by them.
Our natural spa is up ahead.
I think it just might be. Oh, if we're really lucky, we might as well just find our spa.
Great, let's poke around.
Brassa Spa, I think we've done it.
So, this is the spa.
So it is just a great big stonking bath.
Looks can be deceiving. They told us it has special properties, remember?
The humidity is insane. Do you think the water's hot?
Huh? Hold it. Something's here.
Seems we're not the first visitors today.
Weapons ready!
Interrupt my bath time with my Ignas? Well, your Ignas. And Golkins. We are going to fight you all. You are going to be destroyed. You dare think you can interrupt our bath time? How dare you? We have to fight 6 enemies. 3 Ignas and 3 Golkins. I definitely recommend trying to fight the barred enemies first. The ones with the horns, I'm definitely going to take them out right after I do this Igna. They have... Well, they can inflict debuffs, they can do stuff like blowdown, they can be rather annoying enemies. Definitely the goal is to immediately deal with them as soon as this Ranger Igna is done momentarily. Yeah, there is there. Don't go for the Javelin, go for, yes, Minstrel Igna. He's a good one to start with. They're not necessarily the healers of the group, but they are the ones who's going to be doing all of the debuffs. And you definitely want to deal with them. Launch. Go for the smash. Does anyone have a smash? Nice job, nice job. Oh, and I have the chain attack. That'll be helpful. Oh, do we have... Oh, Sidewinder would be good for AoE moves. Go for... Not the... No, Archbard Gulkin. That's definitely what I want to go for. Because he's the one with the horn. 4 enemies left. Ooh, can we do this? Do we even need to do the chain attack? I don't think we need to do the chain attack necessarily. Actually, let's do an interlinked chain attack. That way... Oh, that'll be good. That'll be a nice and quick chain attack with some good damage. Do Limits Unbound. And then we'll do Tyon with the AoE. Yeah, we gotta get a little bit of damage on a lot of them, which will be lovely. And then we'll do Izzard. Go for the heal. Not super necessary, as these enemies are pretty much like 5 levels plus below us. 5, 6, 7 levels below us. They're level 55. We're in our low 60s. We're rather well off in compared to them, so I'm definitely not overly concerned. The only thing to be concerned with is, as I said, the horn-wielding enemies, because I believe some of them have, like, poison and, like, residual damage. You don't have to worry a lot about it because, you know, they're not terribly strong enemies to begin with. They're more annoying than anything else, but still, it's definitely something to be aware of. Tyon, go for another AoE. Do as much damage as possible to as many people as possible. And then Mio can do her Ouroboros thing and do this really quick. There's no way, like, I have no expectation of this particular chain attack actually defeating this Gulkin, but that was never the point. It's just a tiny bit of healing, use the chain attack, start building it up, and get the AoE. It's overall just a quick little thing. It'll be good. Yeah, 500,000, not a terrible thing, but considering it's just 2 Ouroboros orders, that's fine. Yeah, the blowdown is definitely the most annoying thing. Here, this one is nearly dead. Focus on this one, please. Yeah, if you, Oh, that one's nearly dead as well. Focus down on all of the things that are nearly dead, I suppose. And then the Archbard Gulkin. What a lovely, incredibly potent title. This dude is the Archbard. Who else do we have? Does anyone have a side break and topple? Oh, lovely. Good for that. Go, go, go. And then... What else? What is that last one? Oh, he's just... No, don't fight the Moromoros. What is this one? Oh, it's just a ranger. That's not going to take any time. Oh, one thing to note. If you're making the choice between the Ignas or the Gulkins on which one to tackle first, I will say, whether or not it plays a difference into your choices, the Gulkins, or specifically the Archbard Gulkins, they have a relatively decent amount of health, as you can tell by how long I've been fighting this particular one. So if you want to do the chain attack, I would definitely recommend, if you're going to do it on anyone, do it on the bards, especially the Gulkins, because they might take a bit more. They're still, at this point, not in any way a concern, but it's what I would recommend if you're having trouble.
Like a rare thing?
Those guys, they healed up something crazy.
Was that an effect of the spa's waters?
Does it matter anymore? Now you can just dive right on in.
Huh? But,
Right. Ready, is it?
as promised, time for us to chuck you in.
Hold up! I don't remember making any...
What? What is the meaning of this? Commander, are you okay?
Other than my heart, I believe I'm quite all right. Thank you.
Just like the old man said, if there's nobody there, it's good manners to jump right in.
Even so, that's not...
However, the water is good.
What does it feel like?
The temperature is very pleasant.
So like I've been saying, it's just a bath.
Look, my wounds are closing as we speak.
Wow. So what that man was saying, it wasn't entirely wrong, it looks like.
Yes. Now that I'm in here, I don't think I ever want to leave.
Right, my turn then. Oi, what's wrong with you? Everybody get in!
Huh?
My word. I'm healing in places I didn't even know I had. Aren't you coming in? The water's fine.
But I,
I'm coming back to life! Not that I was dead or anything.
Would I have to strip down?
Oh, right. The old man, he did say there's a proper way for getting in the water.
But I mean... right here.
Hey, guys, where's your sense of culture? Get in already. You don't want it getting cold.
It's perfect for healing your wounds after a grueling battle.
but, Commander,
You can be hopeless. Uni, boot him in already, will ya?
Roger that.
now wait here a minute, Uni. I never said I was going in! Spark, why did it have to end like this?
Tyon, it's a good experience for you. It wasn't so bad, was it?
Well, now that you ask.
Yeah, taking a dip wasn't bad at all. Right.
All my tiredness is just completely gone.
Did you enjoy your break?
I did. Thanks to you, I feel as if a weight's been lifted from my heart. I believed I was working for the colony, but really I was running myself into the ground.
So it was worth coming here.
It just shows that there's room in any heart to appreciate the finer things. This has given me a lot to think about. At some point, I'll have to bring everyone in the colony here.
If you can make everyone fit. In a space like this, people have to take turns. The lines will get long.
Huh. Then perhaps we need to dig some more holes. We might even discover some new springs.
You're really serious?
Once the fighting ends and people have more free time, then I might give it some serious thought. Digging a few holes shouldn't pose us too much of a challenge. We are miners after all. But wait. If we can discover many more of these spas, we could bring in people from other colonies.
Uh-oh.
Looks like you've caught the spa bug, Izzard.
Times like this are when the commander shines the brightest.
Bet you're glad we helped him, Tyon.
Yes. I think he's going to be an even greater help to us now.
Shall we be off? Our next objective awaits.
Next objective, indeed. The quest Effervescent Heart has been completed. The party and Izzard discovered a natural spa in the Brassa geothermal belt. It appears Izzard had a refreshing time in the process. Wonderful! The Dawn Hero Izzard has risen above his limits to level 20. Strategos, the Strategos, his rank cap for this class has lifted. He can now get to level 20. Wonderful. Oh, this was absolutely incredible. We have no need to pay any attention to any kind of modesty, although being freed from the flame clocks does raise that question. But we don't need to worry about that because we've all taken turns and everything is lovely now. Oh, what a wonderful day. We'll spend it relaxing in a bath. Oh, what I wouldn't do to have a spa day. It'd be so good. But unfortunately, that is going to be it for today. So as the setting sun sets over this wonderfully toxic bog, we are going to call today's episode here. Izzard, I hope you had a wonderful time, because unfortunately, we are going to have to jump straight back into the action tomorrow, probably with another hero quest, another ascension quest. That's probably going to be the case. I have no idea how things are going to shake out, but that's almost certainly going to be it. But aside from that, questions for later, and answers will come forthwith 2 days from now if you're watching live. So whether you guys watched for 30 seconds or the entire thing, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next episode of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Later.